Good morning, everybody. It's the back half of this vlog week, Thursday, August 26th. We're in the studio, we're getting done our assignments. Right now, we're basically doing label submission research, choosing 10 different labels and finding all the contact information to enable ourselves to submit tracks to these labels. It's quite a bit. They want us finding A&Rs, they want us finding emails, they want us finding social media handles. It's a lot of work, but pretty obvious bigger picture situation here. A lot to do with my birthday, but we're kind of like a day behind where we usually are on a weekly basis. So we're doing the assignments today. We've got this one, and then we've got our Studio Techniques mixing, final mix assignment. I hope to start working on some music because the opportunity that I teased at the end of the week last week is happening. It's happening, but I'm gonna be like that. I'm not giving you any more details. Anyways, I'm feeling kind of tired today, so gonna be a double dose of caffeine, that's for sure. But I'm having a good day so far, and I hope you are too. Let's get to work. Happy freaking Friday, everybody. It is Friday, August 27th. We just got to the studio, and today is all about projects. I got caught up in this Studio Techniques mixing project yesterday, and I literally didn't stop working till like 5:12, I think it was. So that means we gotta post the vlog today too. Ugh. So today we're doing all the effects, doing all the final mix stuff for that Studio Techniques project. I actually think I have a pretty good grasp on mixing. Like, if anything, Icon is just reaffirming the knowledge that I already have, as well as adding very, very key fundamental information back to building that super strong foundation as a music producer. We've got to get to work. There's no time to waste. Well, hello there. Welcome back to the Friday Fireside Chat. As usual, let's wind down from the week by taking a nice deep breath. In, hold, and out. That feels a lot better. This week, I've got something simple, but I think really, really effective if you don't know a ton about music theory. I'm going to show you 3 ways to make your chords more interesting. First up, we have what is called inversions. In a nutshell, inversions are basically rearranging a triad, a chord. Basically, you have first inversion and second inversion. First inversion is bringing the root to the top by bringing it up an octave, and the second inversion is by bringing what would have originally been the middle note, which is now the bottom note, up an octave as well. That would be second inversion. So here we are in Ableton, and I have created this very, very basic chord pattern. You've probably heard that many, many times. But here's how we can make it unique and interesting. 2 additional things to keep in mind are your bass notes, as well as something called voice leading. The term voice leading refers to the way in which individual voices or notes move from chord to chord. The best voice leading occurs when all individual voices move smoothly. And the way that I know how to achieve this the best is to have your top notes smoothly going from one to the next. How do you do that? Inversions. As you can see, as this progresses, the notes dip. Of course, we're in C major right now, so this is 2 notes in between. This one has 1, 2, 3 notes in between, and this one also has 2 notes in between. So in order to create a smooth voice leading, we need to invert some of these notes. Let's go to our second chord here. This is an A minor chord. Let's do the first inversion of A minor by bringing up the bottom note, the root note, which is A, up an octave. Well, there we go. We've now just created a 1-note separation voice leading. Let's go down to this E minor, E, G, B, and let's do first inversion there. Bring the bottom note, the root note, up an octave. I'm just holding down Shift and pressing the up arrow after selecting the note. Well, this G is still quite far away. So let's actually bring this G up an octave as well. The difference between first inversion, which is what our second chord is in, is the root note of A is on top, but the root note for this chord is now in the middle at second inversion. Let's show this G major here to first inversion as well. Now let's listen to how this sounds. One could say the musicality of this versus everything in its basic root position, this sounds much more interesting. So one thing to keep in mind with these inversions is, now that I've inverted it, well, it might be hard to remember what my root notes are, and I'm going to need those root notes for when I get to the bass. So let's create our bass notes now. All I've done is taken those root notes and copied them down an octave lower. You'd probably want to do this before you do the inversions. The second thing up, pushing and pulling your chords for rhythmic effect. Now, you'll see just how easy this is, but just how effective it can be when played with other elements of your track. This is a very, very easy but effective rhythmic technique for your chords. We're going to keep this super simple, and then I'm going to show you just how effective this is in context with some percussion. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these chords over here. So they're going to come in just a bit before the actual bar starts. And just to keep it uniform, let's do that here at the end as well. So let's listen to that now and in context with some percussion. Now with some percussion. Doesn't that create such a nice rhythmic effect? Personally, I like a sped up feel versus a slowed down, so I'm going to keep my chords just like this. And last up, talking about neighboring and passing tones. This is simple in concept, and you may have already been doing it by accident, but now you'll actually know what the names are. Essentially, you're changing the end of a note within a chord, which either continues to the next chord or returns to the original note before the chord changes. These passing and neighboring tones, tricky-ish sounding terminology, but actually quite easy to implement. So we have this pattern, and let me show you a couple easy examples. So we have this E right here, and the next chord's top note is G. So let's actually remove this and bring up a G. And so this would be a passing tone. Usually the note you move it to is a non-chord tone. It essentially passes the note into the next chord. Let's listen to that now. Adds a little bit of style, a little bit of variation. Okay, let's give you a good example of what a neighboring tone is. Maybe we'll use the end here. We'll use this D. So we'll go like that, and then we'll bring it back. A neighboring tone returns back to the original note before carrying on to the next chord. So I'll actually loop this so you can hear it return to the first chord in this sequence. Let's hear it in the context with some drums. So let's play this entire sequence, and we'll show you from start to finish how you can get very, very basic, easy to do chords to where we have it now. More advanced, more memorable, and a lot more musical. Well, how about that? I sincerely hope you learned something today. I personally love learning about this music theory. Some of the stuff I was doing But now having a little bit more advanced knowledge, I'm able to employ these things on purpose to make my chords more interesting. The result is making catchier, more memorable music that fans are going to want to listen to over and over again. All right, that is it for the Friday Fireside Chat today. Whew! Good morning. Saturday, August 28th. Just had a pretty intense little dance party in the studio. David Guetta released a Future Rave remix of his classic song Titanium, and I freaking love it. If you've heard my Tiesto remix of The Business, it's basically like a sped up festival version of that. It's like super hype. Anyways, go listen to it. It's sick. Today, well, I'm feeling good because that's how we started off our day, jumping around in the studio. We already got it pulled up. We got Dune. I think we're going to actually create some of these Future Rave sounds because, wow, are they just super hype. Loving the energy of that. Definitely going to be working. Like, I can't even believe I'm only listening to his, Future Rave remix style now. But that's kind of how it goes. Something resonates, and then you go and try it, you go and turn it into your own thing, and you see how you can incorporate it into your music. Happy Saturday. Hope your weekend's going well. Let's get to work. Good afternoon on this beautiful Saturday. Don't mind the bass in the background. There are a couple other studios here, and right now they're popping off, having a good time. Today was all about that Future Rave style, sound design all day. I actually went in. This is probably one of the biggest sound design sessions that I've ever had. I'm actually super proud of these sounds. Really inspired by David Guetta and Morton's Future Rave style, and I think we did a good job. I think we made it our own. I'm stoked to show you what we got. Meet me over by the computer. Here we go. Elated presets, Future Rave. Number 1, Crazy Rave Pad Lead. And number 2, Dark Bass. Number 3, Driving Bass. Number 4, Hype Pad Lead. Number 5, Hype Pluck Lead. Number 6, Hype Trailer Bass. Number 7, Rave Hard Bass. Number 8, Rave Lead. Number 9, the Rave Lead 2. Number 10, the Rave Pluck. Number 11, Raver Pluck Lead. Number 12, Solid Pluck Lead. And last but not least, the Ultra Hype Lead. I am loving these. Obviously, everything's all about the hype. It's all about the energy. To be honest, it kind of feels like I found this sound right in the nick of time as my music develops. I'm definitely going to be incorporating these sounds into my future tracks. All right, that is it for Sound Design Saturday. See you next week for Unit 9.